Hey guys, it's day 2 of our shoot. It's St. Patrick's Day, so we're gonna throw down a quick breakfast. Come right back for my corned beef and cabbage breakfast skillet. Woo! Keep it paleo. All right, we're gonna start off with the large yam. And I'm gonna add some water to a heated skillet. Now the reason we're using water today as the cooking agent is if we start cooking the yams in oil, it's gonna take quite a bit of oil. We'll have to keep adding it to the pan to get these cooked without burning. So we're gonna use water, kind of simmer, steam it, and then once the water is absorbed, we'll add some cooking oil or some oil to the pan to cook our cabbage and eggs and finish it off. Then I'm gonna bring in a piece of foil and just cover that, and that'll act as a lid, help steam that up faster, trap some of the heat in there, and it'll cook a little bit faster. I'm gonna go with half of a head of cabbage, chop out the stem here. And then on this, what I'll typically do, cut it in half from here, pull out about that much from the center, press this down, and hack it, chop it up like this. It's kind of like a chiffonade, or a julienne, a little bit thicker than a chiffonade. Check back in over here. I'm gonna give these guys a little bit of salt. And we're just kind of watching, waiting for these to soften up. Back on now over here, I've got a crock pot with some corned beef. All we do is buy the pack of the corned beef round at the grocery store, little pack of pickling spice, threw it in there with some water, and then cooked it on high for 12 hours. And it's been waiting for us. We're gonna pull some of that out, how we're looking, and boom, just what we want, nice and tender. And I'm gonna shred that. You can see it's kind of similar in size to what's going on here. Now we've removed the foil from the top and the water is just about gone. These are softening to the point where I like them, and they're just starting to stick a little bit. So now is when we'll bring in the oil and then our cabbage. And the reason we're not going just cabbage is because the large amount of cabbage is kind of tough to take in. The yams are going to give us more of a balanced meal. They'll bring in some carbs. There we go, a little salt and pepper on this guy. One more little squeeze of oil. And then we'll cover that once more with our foil. There we go, guys. We've got some moisture going. Now we're getting some caramelization on our yams. You can see that where here, even a little bit dark. And then you can see how the cabbage is cooking down. Our volume is lessened here. Do a little bit more oil. Now we'll take some of our corned beef, spread that on here. Then I'm gonna go 14 eggs. 14 eggs on top. So we've got our eggs in there. Now I'm gonna just place a little bit more corned beef kind of on top, in and out. Maybe we even save a little bit for garnish when we go to serve it. Okay, we're just gonna let that cook and I'll show you what we're looking for when we get there. All right guys, we're finishing up on our eggs. I like it where the whites are set and then the yolks have, like, the bottom portion is cooked and the yolk is definitely warm. It's looking good. I've topped it with a little pepper, and then I'm just gonna do an Asian bias cut. So this is technically fusion cuisine now because we're bringing Asian and I guess Irish together. That'll just give us some green, a little bit more green for St. Patty's Day. If you like your eggs set more, you could just throw a lid or a piece of foil on top, but I like the bright yellow yolk, and when we cover them, usually that thin layer over the top of the yolk becomes opaque and it doesn't look as colorful. So anyways, how are we gonna serve this? I'd serve it family style. It's a skillet, so I'd just do something like that. All right, so this has been my corned beef and cabbage skillet. Get out there, give it a try, and as always, do your best to keep it paleo.